Yes, there's Epic Mickey in the background, but whatever. I was gonna play the demo of Epic Mickey Remaster, but then we had
Mhm.
to realize to come do Fairy Tale review because I was at work and I came back and I had to rant on my sports channel about my Chicago Bears losing. If you want to get my thoughts on that, I'll leave a link in the description below to my sports channel. If you want to hear my thoughts about my Chicago Bears and you want to hear me rant about how much I fucking hate my goddamn coaches.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. What he meant to say is, hey guys, this is Camry 15, joined by my co-host the Red Wolf, and we are here to review Fairy Tale once again, right,
Apologies.
Cameron?
I It's late for us.
I know.
Anyways, Fairy Tale. A lot was in this episode. Funniness, hilariousness.
Even some backstoriness.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But yes, more fairy tale, one hear your quest. It always soothes the heart. As we get into this show being into the next season, I'm gonna be very interested to see what the new opening's gonna probably look like, unless they keep the same opening.
I'd imagine that they would change it every now and then.
Well, they have to, because clearly it's outdated. We're not focused on the water dragon. We're not focused on Igni at this point anymore. We're focused on Alderaan.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that. Anyways, start off with episode 12 called Card in Hand. So we basically kind of start off with the pervert dragon slayer against Wendy. Um Listen, all we know is she's stuck in webs. The damn Spider-Man deemed freaking Dragon Slayer is like, oh, you're a cocoon dragon. But Wendy's like, no, I'm a sky dragon. Um, Listen, all I gotta say is what we see in this thing is she starts to kick this dude's ass a bit, and the dude starts to get a little bit like, all right, I gotta take shit seriously. I don't like you and everything. And he's also being kind of perverted with his dirty tongue movements and shit like that. And he also breaks the crystal, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he escapes to go break some more crystals, and leaves Wendy all by herself. Now Wendy tries to save Carla, but Carla's like, "No, you gotta don't worry about me. Go take him down." And Wendy is just like, "Oh, okay, sure." And she ends up catching up with the perverted dragon, and it seems like they're about to fight. So if that's going to be a focus on next week's episode, I guess that's going to be a focus. But I do not want this man licking Wendy.
You take everything as perverted now lately, huh?
Listen, I don't know why they set in. They always set Wendy up with the weird ones.
Um, yeah, I guess you're right. Except for that one scary guy from Tartaros.
Well, she damn near almost died. And then she cut her hair only to
Grow it back again.
have Lucy use the crab spirit to make her hair come back. But yeah, that's not something that I'm not mad about.
It's not really a big deal at this point.
I'm just saying, all I asked for was a
Yeah,
different change.
yeah. At least it motivated Lucy to grow her hair even more.
Anyways, so we kind of get this episode splitting into three different parts, but mostly, well, actually four different parts, but let's go by importance. First things first, let's get the Jalal and Urza situation out of the hand. Oh my.
Yeah,
If
Red.
you thought this man was absolutely possessed like a demon, he was absolutely possessed. Now, he said last week he wanted to paint her white, right?
Dye her white.
Dye her white, right? This man legitimate. So you'd think, okay, he's probably gonna take her to the white mage, the white wizard, right? He
Uh-huh.
takes her out to this damn forest, pins her across the tree, and then he like ready to be dyed white. And I'm just like, I'm thinking so many wrong things right now, but it would make perfect sense.
that never crossed my mind for some reason.
Listen, man was about to go all in on Urza, and he would have dyed her white, of course.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
get what I mean, children, get off the videos. That's over 18 shit.
Yeah, well, right now, Urza's go like, Jalal, please untie me. This is bringing back some painful memories and stuff. And yes, even possessed, Jalal still is still soft on her. So he unbinded her, and she slowly but surely starts taking off the bandage wrap from her chest. And I was like, oh.
Oh, well, see, look, it's okay. A minute, you were about to go search up Rule 34 art.
I don't need to do that. Hey, yo. Anyway.
Listen, Rule 34 art of Urza isn't bad. It's not bad.
I know, but I don't need to do that because good lord. Anyways, Jalal was like, what are you doing? And then she basically baited him and like tying you up next.
And she literally just says, "You sit there until I come back," or something like that. And you wait at this. This is your punishment, or something like this. And Jalal treats this as some sort of weird
Masochist kind of thing.
masochist Virgo torture punishment thing. He's just like, "Oh, I can't wait for what you're gonna give me." I'm just like,
Jalal, I know you're possessed, but good lord, have some.
now, again, we posed this question, I think, the previous weeks. What if this is his actual deepest, darkest desires that he wants to do with Urza? He just doesn't have the balls to do it.
I can definitely see that, but at the same time, it's kind of hard for me to imagine Jalal in such a way.
Listen, maybe the white mage possessing is bringing out his true nature. Maybe he does want to get a little bit frisky with Urza. He just doesn't have the courage to be like, "I really like you, Urza, and I want to kind of do this stuff with you. Is it okay?" Now, Urza might get flustered herself. Now, would she consent to that? Maybe.
Maybe.
I would say maybe they're. Listen, I don't think we would ever see their first time live on TV, but I would be. It would be a completely comedic moment to see them probably try to do it the very first time, because they'd just probably be both flustered pieces of you know what, to the point they'd probably be like, "I can't do this."
Yeah.
Erza and Jellal baby would probably take a while before that is ever conceived.
Hmm.
So, hey, at some point, that's the thing, you know. They'll settle down eventually. They'll settle down, even though Urza's very flustered by Jellal becoming onto her enough. It's funny how Erza always talks about, I guess, Gray, about his love for Judy and everything, but yet this girl can't handle being next to Jellal for 2 seconds when it comes to her feelings for him.
Nope.
They just see that's when Gray needs to be a good wingman and help his girl. I mean, not his girl, his friend out. Maybe Levy can help Erza out. Levy or Biska could help Erza out.
Does Wendy even have any experience about that kind of thing?
No, I probably wouldn't go to Wendy.
Yeah, no.
I would either go to her. I would either go to Biska, since she's married. Levy, since she's technically married, she's gonna have a kid with Gajil.
Evergreen, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Evergreen, since her and Elfman are, I think they're already confirmed dating. I want to say Minerva. Minerva would probably tease her more than anything.
I mean, yeah, no, I don't see Minerva doing that.
I think that would be it.
Yeah, that would be it.
Anyways, yeah, that's where we're at from there on, and you look like you're catching flies.
I thought. Anyway, eyes are plain.
The next important thing is, Gray ends up finishing up with the Thunder God trio, and everything, and essentially he comes across Kana, who is Drunk.
Yeah. And yeah, yeah, girl's like, well, I'm gonna be finishing this off with one blow, and he tries to throw a punch at her, but she just goes, "Whoa!" And she's like doing some kind of drunken style combat.
I don't know if she was taking notes from Master Roshi when he was fighting Goku in the World Martial Arts Tournament using the drunken monkey style. Or maybe she was thinking, I guess, of her, I guess, boyfriendish type of guy, the guy that likes to get drunk and fight from the Grand Magic Games tournament arc.
I still don't think they're dating.
They have the most chemistry.
Yeah, but I still don't think they're dating. I think they're just drinking buddies. And anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, that's when
I think it was implied that they got it on with each other.
I have not heard that once in my entire life.
I might have to go back and rewatch the original series, but I think I heard that they might have done it with each other when they were both drunk.
Is that true, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know that in the comments below, please.
Yeah, put that in the comment section. I could have swore like it was either after the 2 year time skip where they came across each other and they were both heavily drunk, and then I think it's implied that him and Kana did it.
I think that's just fan.
That might be fan fiction, I don't know, but she drunk. But the thing is, Lucy shows up because she looks like she's about to use fairy glitter,
Yeah.
which is Fairy Tail's strongest move in their guild, and it's one of their guild strongest spells. Because of, Gray would be dead meat if she had used it. But Lucy comes in, was able to cancel the effect using her what's the sheep outfit's name again?
Aries.
Aries magic spell, which puts her in a thing.
You forgot her name.
I know, and she's probably one of the more hotter celestial spirits she's got too.
Okay.
So anyways, Lucy's like, well, okay, thanks for, obviously I'm here to help. And then she's like, oh, I remember she's got her little cards that we can put people into, because if you remember from the Tartarus arc, that's how Kana was able to seal everybody inside before the guild blew up. The guild hell blew up against Tartaros. So it looks like she's going to unleash those cards and seal everybody. And the plan is they're going to use the cards to seal everybody that's been controlled is already knocked out in the cards. So then I guess they don't wake back up and create more havoc and whatever. But Lucy ends up getting trapped because she really doesn't, even though she's a holder type magic user, she doesn't know how to use Kana's cards heavily. Kana then reawakens and she's like, oh, you actually just do this, and she snaps of her finger, and then Lucy's back. They essentially realize that actually Kana is actually Kana. She wasn't possessed by the white mage, and I'm guessing she must have got so drunk that she probably passed out, and the white mage just even forgot about her.
Yeah, like, is it possible that she could not possess you because you were drunk? And she was like, huh? What was happening?
Now, if you're wondering, well, then why the hell did she put on the robe? Well, she's drunk, so of course she's gonna go with her guildmates while she's intoxicated, thinking like, oh, we must be doing something. Now, why in her right mind she'd be fighting up against her Gray? I have no clue. Maybe she was just way too drunk. We know Kana can get drunk.
Yeah, Gray was like, then why were you about to use fairy glitter on me?
Yeah, she kind of says like, "Oh, I don't know." So it kind of looks to be normal, and she's, I guess, sober now because
right now she's like, "What is up with this outfit?" And she was about to take it off, and she found out she was actually butt naked underneath.
Yeah, and then Juvia just had to be like, "You will not look at another woman. You will look at me." And didn't Juvia talk about saying, "Wouldn't you like to see me or topless or something?"
No, no. But while Kana was like in like Ares' fluff, Juvia was always whispering to Gray like, "Is she fondling her?" And she's like, "Maybe." And then I think Juvia said like something like, "Would you like to fondle Juvia?" He's like, "No, I don't."
Well, listen, he saw Juvina. He was probably about to lose it there, so. Technically, Juvie and Juvina are the same characters, just with the scar. Just Juvie has a scar, but Mr. Gray might need to fondle some Juvia. I don't blame him for that. I want to.
Karen,
I want to blame him.
Karen,
All
please.
right, enough of the
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's
enough
move
of this freaking sexual tension shit. He got freaking this stuff with Gray and Juvia, Erza and Jellal. Um, the next, so anyways, they start sealing people up in the cars. That's what they're gonna be doing. They do come across where Mara Jane, or they feel the presence of Mara Jane and Elfman fighting against Mad Mole and Scullion, and basically they're just like, oh well, that's gonna be a problem because I can't put them in the cars unless they're knocked out. So they got to come up with a plan how to get them to be knocked out. So we'll see where that goes. Another part, which also leads to the last cliffhanger part of the episode, is Lux is going up against Kyria, and it's kind of, if you want to explain this, go ahead. I know you want to talk about this.
Yes. Let's just say, Kyria. Let's just say, ask Luxus. So we are both after the orb to break it. It makes me wonder, why are we fighting each other? And then Lux is like, you started it, miss. And then Kyria's like, very true. And yeah. Yeah, and they start clashing, and she actually tries to cut Luxus's strength in half, but
Just like you did with Urza.
yeah, just like she did with Urza. But Luxus is like, what are you talking about? I'm here in the guild because I'm weak, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then he literally like punches the hell out of her, and yeah, and Luxus makes a mention. It'll probably be more effective against Urza, obviously. And Kyria in the end was like, he's so strong. Could it be that I'm falling for him? Yep. Not a ship we were all expecting, but here we are.
It seems like Locus might have a girlfriend soon. Kyria, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Kyria fall out of, the girl that seems like she would not fall for any man. Seems like she found her man. She had hearts in her eyes. She had hearts in her eyes. She legitimately was like, oh, I found a man that wasn't willing to back down to my strength cutting. I want him.
Uh-huh.
So, one, don't catch Freed. Freed is going to be very upset by this.
Yes.
Look, it's gonna be interesting to see where this goes, but Lux has got somebody admiring him from a distance.
Mm-hmm. Luxus to this day, he's still a menace when it comes to his strength. Holy cow.
Also, don't let Super Mecha Frieza see this. She probably already watched the episode. She probably like, no, that's much. Loxus is mine because she simps for Loxus.
Yeah. She says for every muscular anime man.
You're not wrong. She
Yeah.
said simps for the guy that died in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Hoji.
Not Toji. Guy with the glasses. Forgot his name.
How the glasses? Oh, Nanami.
Nanami. Yep, she did simp for Nanami.
Rest in peace. God dang.
All right, and then the last bit, which was the most important part, which we kind of get what my co-host made a mention about, is the backstory. We continue on with the Natsu versus Wraith fight, and this time Wraith has taken over Master Makarov. So you kind of get Natsu versus Makarov a bit, and it's obviously Natsu wins, which I guess that means he's stronger than Makarov now. I guess what makes sense.
Well, yeah, and also because Makarov's age has already like taken a toll on him already. Because
Plus,
he was already on a wheelchair, so
he was on a wheelchair, and plus he damn near almost died like in the last season.
mm-hmm.
Which Wraith does make a mention. He's like, this body should be a lot stronger, but it feels like it's been on the brink of death already. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, but anyways, while Natsu knocks out Makarov, Wraith gets some sort of feeling. He's like, this person feels familiar. It then flashes back into way back into Master Makarov's old days when frickin' Hades was still fucking Guildmaster before he turned evil, which
Master Prect.
yeah, Master Prect. I still call him Hades. I can't believe.
I mean, that is his original name. So
Yeah. But essentially what happens, we kind of get a flashback to old school fairy tale with Makarov in his younger years. We see Porla Yusuka. Porla Yusuka. If you forgot who she is the Ellis version of the Sky Dragon, which is
Brandina.
Grandina. She came over to Earthland from Edelus. She's basically the health advisor for Fairy Tale. If you forgot, the old woman. If you already forgot, and it was kind of funny to see a little bit of a backstory and kind of get more things. Apparently, it seems like her and Makarov were always butting heads. And it's funny because the other guildmates were like, "Oh, come on now, just freaking kiss already. We know you guys are dating. We know you guys like each other. Like me, like her? Hell no."
Just tie the knot already.
Yeah, they did say like, "Oh, just tie the knot already. Get married."
Hmm.
It was absolutely hilarious to see that because it's like, oh, yeah, clearly they do care about each other. Well, even now they're not a thing or anything, but you know, they're just friends. But you then have it to where they bring in this injured individual, this heavily injured individual, and it's actually Wraith. In the past, and he actually ended up used to be a member of Fairy Tale. Now, how he suffered this freaking deadly ass wound, I have no idea, but he must have got in a very dangerous fight. And basically, Makarov is crying right then and there, and he's asking Portala Yusuka, like, hey, can you heal him? Can you get him back to strength? And she's like, there's nothing I can do for him. He's gonna die. And basically, you have an emotional moment to where he's dying, and, Makarov's holding his hand. He's like, you'll always be a member of Fairy Tale, and I'll never forget you. And then he dies, and then Wraith is like, oh shit, that's right.
I was a member of Fairy Tale. Yeah, then he turns to Natsu like, I lost. You have won. I cannot fight because we're both part of the same family. And yeah, that's when he slowly starts disappearing. Honestly, I was expecting them to see to show us like who or what killed him. But
It could have been like maybe a potential future enemy for this.
maybe.
Yeah, it's something that they could have probably expanded on from the manga, but no, they didn't. They just kept things the same. Makarov, even though I guess a little bit of Makarov, his real self comes out, and he's like, "I'm glad to see you're well, Wraith." And then he just looks back and he's like, "Well, I'm glad to see you too, Makarov." They actually would have seen each other a lot sooner because Makarov should have died, but that's a story for another day. Go check out my Alvarez Empire arc review part 2 if you want to get my thoughts about the fake death of Master Makarov.
Hmm.
Update. You can clearly tell I wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah.
And that's basically kind of it. He's knocked out, and Natsu is going on to fly elsewhere, and the cliffhanger, well, the two
Yeah,
cliff
he went back to his body. He went back to his body. So.
Yeah, he went back to his body. Happy is happy. What happens? The two cliffhangers we get is it looks like Lox is about to destroy the crystal, but Erza shows up and she sees that, oh, he beat Kyria just like that, and it took me a struggle just to even take her down. And basically, she challenges Loxus to a fight. And this was the battle people on Twitter were talking about. Like, if this isn't a make or break battle, well, Fairy Tail and Her Year Quest is going to be a bad series, apparently, to those people. So apparently the animation's got to be movie budget animation for Loxus versus Ursa for this to be a goated series.
Am I allowed to pull the am I allowed to pull the middle finger on them?
Go right ahead. I don't care. I'm not being monetized.
Anyways.
Yeah, so that's what we think about you if you really have that opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Urza versus Loxus needs to be movie budget animation to make Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest be a great series. Well, and I don't know what that says, but that just tells me people just need to get a hobby and they need to get a life. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah. And then the other cliffhanger is Natsu goes to one of the buildings that has this pillar of light, which is probably containing a Alderaan core. And essentially, he sees a lifeless, well, I want to say lifeless body, but he sees the body of Toka right then and there. She wakes up and she's like, Natsu? And she says, save me. And she hugs him. And Natsu's in utter shock.
Like, huh? She's confused.
Now, obviously, the question is this the white mage pretending to be Toka to lure Natsu in to dye him white? Or is this Toka breaking out and basically warning him?
Well, yeah, I feel like it is Toka warning him, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before Toka starts taking control again.
So we'll definitely see where that leads on. But a solid episode of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. Very much enjoyed this show.
Very enjoyable.
And yes, the show is continuing on into the next season. In terms of where this show wraps up by the end of fall 2024, I'm guessing, I don't know. It depends how fast the pacing goes in terms of how far they get, but really the opening tells me how far we get. The opening's going to tell me how far, and then who knows whenever the next part of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest comes back. Do they take a season off and then come back in spring of anime 2025? Or do they take 2 seasons off and come back in the summer of anime 2025? Time will tell. That's really the next question after, obviously, fall of 2024 ends. When is Fairy Tail going to return? Unless it's going to be continuing on into the next season. Because the only reason why I say that is because it's only slated for 25 episodes. So I'm guessing they're going to do 25 episodes, maybe take a season break, or maybe a 2 season break, and then come back in the summertime of next year, which probably be best for them. It helps production stay good, and you just don't have animation issues and things like that if you're doing a long-running anime of this.
Yeah, I say keep up the good pace and just take your time.
And look, the original Fairy Tail series, they did split up into different parts, albeit there were like long parts. Like there was 50 episodes between each and every different part.
Albeit not as long as One Piece, that's for sure, but
One Piece will always stay goated.
yeah, it's so long though.
Yeah, right. Just how I like it.
Yeah, it's just the guy who says he has a problem with Inuyasha being too long.
When did I say that?
Or was it someone else who said it? I don't remember.
That might have been someone else. I don't think I ever told you about Inuyasha being too long.
Yeah.
I vividly have no memory.
I think it was someone else. Yeah, I was like, really? I actually prefer my stories long.
Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Well then, guys, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this stuff, and hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Fairy Tail content or any other anime content. I have uploaded my season finale of Alya Hides Her Feelings in Russian if you guys want to check that out. See how Alya versus Yuki went. In terms of Oshinoko, I'm going to do episode reviews of that. I'm not going to do a whole batch of episodes review in one video. I'm going to do it one by one. So that means I have to go back and rewatch some of the episodes that I missed. And things like that. Resident Evil playthrough is still continuing on. You'll probably get another part along with this tomorrow. Or, well, Monday. Sometime Monday. Continue to see me go through the castle and find Ashley. Yeah. That's not my Ashley.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up on that. Okay.
Um, so yeah, yeah. Anything else? Oh, look forward to all the fall animes that we're gonna be talking about on the channel. I'm gonna try to be as consistent I can be, but listen, work gets in the way. I'm having another job interview coming up. Listen, there's too much goddamn anime and so little time to speak.
Yeah.
But I'll try my best.
And don't forget to subscribe to my channel where I'm currently playing the beta test of Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. It's
But
quite a
hasn't that already ended by now?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, tell them to like watch the videos at least.
Yeah, watch the videos at least. I'll leave a link to the description below to sync to watch this channel. And yes, I will be reviewing Sword Art Online, Gun Gale Online Season 2 Alternative. I cannot wait to see my girl Len again.
Hmm.
She
I
may
see.
be.
I would definitely see you mainland in Fractured Daydream.
I'd personally be maining Quinella, but my
Oh,
top three choices.
oh, she's not in the beta test, but
My top three choices would be Quinella, Leafa, and then Len probably.
yeah, I can definitely see you maining Leafa also. She can fly.
Good. As long as she has the big old biddies, I'm good. But
My what? My what?
you don't understand what I meant by that.
I think I read a not know. Okay.
Good. You don't need to know.
So without further ado, everybody, we'll see you all next time. Peace.